Is CHBC News at 6:30 with Claudia Theglash.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. At the top of the news tonight, an Okanagan couple who says a tight-fisted healthcare system is preventing children from reaching their full potential. Stacy and Melanie Lund had to travel to the U.S. and pay for a procedure that has dramatically improved their daughter's hearing. The 6-year-old now has electronic devices in both ears, and she's flourishing. The BC healthcare system only pays for one such implant, so the Lund family is speaking out, hoping the decision makers in Victoria are listening with both ears.
So can you read them all?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Sierra Lund is learning, conversing, and progressing like never before. The cheerful 6-year-old is surprising everybody in the last few months. She's always had her own assistant to help her at school, but soon that may change.
Maybe we're looking at grade 3, she won't need it anymore. One more year.
They're scratching their heads. They just can't believe how much she's improved.
The hearing-impaired child is also interacting better with friends. Her speech is getting better. She's talking on the phone.
Noah, how are you doing?
Sierra was born seriously to profoundly deaf, and her hearing only worsened. In 2003, she was approved for a cochlear implant. She was flown to Toronto to have the device put into place. For the first time, she could start hearing conversation.
When she finally got a little bit of speech and she'd say, what that, what that? She was like Chicken Little. Every little noise she'd kind of go down and go, what that, what that? And it was constant. It was so exciting.
But she still lagged behind other kids socially and academically. The Lunds had heard about the idea of a second implant, but it was Sierra that got things going.
One day in last May, I was making dinner. She just walked up to me and said, Mom, I want to have 2 ears, just like all my friends do, so I can hear with both my ears.
The Lund's own research suggests that a second implant can improve hearing by as much as 50%. But unlike 3 other provinces, the Lunds were told that BC does not offer bilateral cochlear implantation.
It's frustrating. It's very frustrating.
Does it make you angry?
Yeah.
We understand.
Sad.
It's more saddened.
Bye.
Bye.
So the Lunds dipped into their own savings and headed for Texas, where within a month, Sierra was fitted with a second cochlear implant.
So how was your operation?
Very well.
That was just 4 months ago. Today, Sierra is just excelling in ways even her parents never expected.
Throw a cat to catch a bird. They throw a bird to catch a bird.
It's all worked out well for Sierra Lund. She has her bilateral implants, but the family couldn't just go on with their lives without being, well, heard.
I go to bed at night and I keep thinking, what about the other kids out there?
It's not known what role the Lund family story plays in it all, but it's interesting that today, when we asked why the province of BC wouldn't fund bilateral implantation, the Minister of Health is talking about change.
So at this point in time, BC Children's Hospital are meeting with respect to whether they'll be adjusting their practices and their best practices with respect to cochlear transplants, and we'll look forward to hearing the results of that in the relatively near future.
For Sierra, it's simple.
And I hear better with 2 ears.
But the older a child gets, the less likely the procedure will be successful. The Lunds just hope the policy change comes quickly and that it's applied generously. In Kelowna, Kent Mulgat, CHBC News.
When asked about why the province is poised to change its policy on the implants, a spokesperson from the Ministry of Health says it stems from an interprovincial meeting that took place in January. She says there's a nationwide shift toward funding the devices for both ears.